Hi, this is Cecelia from Tarot by Cecelia, and today is Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. The tarot card for today is the Five of Swords, and this one is from the Cosmo Beings Tarot by artist Joanna Nelson. This is one of her decks. I've lost track now. I thought I knew how many there were. Anyway, she has another one coming out soon, which will be available through Kickstarter, and I'll let you know when that's coming up. This Five of Swords, first I want to say welcome to November, I think. If you listen to my November Love and Finance, which I seem to remember being quite lengthy, like over 30 minutes long, this is a very interesting month. And where we're at right now, this card may very well represent that feeling, that, fighting to get to where you need to be. Who knows? Because it's an interesting month. The moon is in Aquarius today. It's going to make a square with Venus, a square with Uranus, and it's going to conjunct Saturn. I think it's important here to remember that we are in eclipse season, that Mars is retrograde, and boy, oh boy, relationships are very key. During this whole time frame, all right, we have a very big, powerful eclipse coming up in 7 days on the 8th in the sign of Taurus. And, to have this combative card here, it does worry me a little bit, okay? It really, truly does. It just, there's things that are happening, while they're subtle with the moon, they can turn into bigger things as they begin to play out. That's always an issue. What I wouldn't expect to see happening here is probably a high amount of productivity, okay? We'll just kind of, let's say, leave things open to whatever comes up so that you can deal with it, that type of thing, because there's no telling what's likely to happen. But given all of the energies and everything that's in play at the moment, I think it's important to remember the message of the Five of Swords itself. There are several tied up in here, okay? I find myself having a particular conversation with people very frequently when they become upset with something and someone. Maybe someone says something to you or someone says something about you. Well, what do you do about it? Quite frankly, you ignore them, okay? You ignore them, do not engage. This is a card that's like, you don't need to attend every fight, to which you're invited, all right? Because ultimately, when you take a good look at a Five of Swords card, you could lay a bunch of them out in front of you and see what they have in common. Who's really the loser? The guy standing there holding all the swords? Or the people who are walking away, who have someone to walk away with? The guy by himself or the people together? Give that some thought, okay? Because it really is very important as to how we, act as humans. And when you let someone push your buttons, or you think, well, someone told me blah, 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 blah. So I'm telling him, I am never speaking to you again. Well, guess what? You just did. Okay, right then and there. How do you let someone know you're never going to speak to them again? Don't. Simple as that. Do not engage. All right? When someone, our Five of Swords guy is kind of like the person who has to win at all costs, no matter what. They got to come out on top. They're going to fight everybody. I'd like to think that this is all of us coming out swinging in November. But trust me, you don't want to be swinging in November in the very beginning, all right? Some tough energies to navigate over the next couple of weeks. So, what do you do here? I say, you say, see ya, hate to be ya, right? You just leave it be. It isn't worth the fight. It isn't worth any of this. Yeah. There's definitely something at play here. And when you have this eclipse energy, which can bring about permanent endings in relationships, do you just end it by walking away from it? Or do you prevent an ending by not engaging? Is it worth saving? There's a whole lot to think about here, but most of it is relationship based. But there are people out there who will stop at nothing to have their way. But you do not need to be a part of their game or play their game. Just let them be their miserable little selves. I want to thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you here again tomorrow. And as always, have a great day.